What's up, everybody? It's your boy Royalty or Christian, either works for me. You're tuning into the Audio Cloudz YouTube channel, where we speak about small or very independent artists and discuss their music a bit in order to give you guys new music to listen to. Today we're discussing Lilo Key. The first thing to get out the way is how he first got a little bit of buzz back in 2016. Now, he used the name Frank Ocean in preparation for Frank Ocean's album Blonde and released 10 tracks under Frank Ocean's name. Now, that got him his first couple thousand listens before he changed his name back to Lilo Key and continued to release music. Now, I think that while this is a smart move, because as a upcoming artist, the biggest issue is actually getting people to listen to you, because you can make great music, but nobody really wants to or is willing to listen to new music or your music just because, you know, you're small. Why should they give you a shot? Now, I respect it as a business move and as a music artist somewhat myself, but I think that when it comes to like at a street level or like ethically speaking, it's not the right move, but hey, whatever works for you. Next, we're going to talk about a couple things to note for this guy, and a couple things to note would be he's got, according to his Spotify bio, he's got over 50 million plays across all streaming platforms in 3 years. He came out in 2016. It is now 2019, and that's a pretty impressive feat for a small dude. According to his Spotify bio too, he's got a couple, industry friends or industry people that have supported him and backed him. I have yet to see that, but it's definitely possible. He racks up an average of 87,000 monthly listens on Spotify alone, and I think that alone is pretty impressive, because I think even 1,000 is difficult as a small artist, and especially in 3 years. So that's pretty cool. I will note that with him, it doesn't seem to be about the money or the fame. It seems to be about the music, and I respect that. He also is from Brooklyn, New York, so NY stand up, born and raised in New York myself, so I love that. And I do prefer his raspy sounding tracks, because he's got tracks where he's just speaking and he doesn't sound so raspy, and those are okay, but I do prefer the raspiness to his voice, because he sounds like flow wise, vibe wise, or whatever, and a little bit lyrically sounding, he seems like a raspy Logic sonically, and he's got a little bit of Mac Miller vibes on some tracks, and I love that, because those are two artists that I've always respected and appreciated. R.I.P. Mac. Some of his older tracks on SoundCloud that are available haven't really, after I've listened to them and listened to some new stuff, it doesn't seem like he's changed too much. It does seem like he has evolved a little bit, but not too much. I can't hear it over the last 3 years anyway, but it's probably there, and some people might be able to pinpoint it. I just can't. He does have great flows over a diverse beat selection. Even though his flows don't change up too much, in my opinion, it does flow well over the beats that he does select. So lastly, for Lilo, is going to be the noteworthy tracks. First track being Too Young, released in 2016. This track gives me heavy Mac Miller vibes, both in tone and kind of flow. The hook and chorus are also very catchy, so it's definitely worth a check out. Next is going to be No Favors, which was released in 2018. The beat has solid kicks and has kind of orchestral synths, and I'm a sucker for most things orchestral or, like kind of choir based. This is definitely orchestral, but I'm just saying. The vocals grace the beat very well, and that's definitely something to be said, because a lot of his songs, his vocals grace kind of over the beat, and that smooth flow or that smooth kind of transition between different styles or whatever is something that I'm kind of a sucker for as well. They complement each other very well, and that's why this one is a noteworthy track. You should definitely check out the noteworthy tracks as well as the spotlight tracks for this guy, because they're some of his best work, cohesively, story wise, as well as beat selection with the flows. They're definitely up there, and I would check them out before any of his other songs. I wanted to say that not every one of his songs are going to be for everybody. He sounds the same on a lot of songs and doesn't really have multiple flows in terms of the way he sounds or whatever. But he is definitely worth a check out, and he will be for some people. He's not the greatest lyricist that I've heard, but you know, that can also come with time. And he's probably going to be around for a while because, like I said before, he sounds like he's passionate about music, and that will take you a long way in terms of the listeners' ears, so to speak. You know, like, they're going to praise you if they can definitely feel that it's about the music and not about the money. Thank you guys for tuning in to another artist review. Today we reviewed Lilo Key. My name is Royalty. You can also call me Chris. Make sure to check out the description below for everything Lilo Key and everything Audio Cloudz down in the description below. One last thing, if you guys want to stay in tune with what either I'm working on or have already done, check out my playlists down below. They are the best way to either hear music that I am reviewing, currently working on, or have already reviewed, and you can find every artist that I've spoke about as well as more in the SoundCloud playlist specifically. The Spotify playlist is a little less updated, but that's because most people that I've discovered aren't on both or don't have all their songs on both. So my preference is definitely SoundCloud. I highly recommend checking it out. So yeah, thank you guys. Everything is in the description below. Peace.